Was good. Hope you're doing fine. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming banner, the 10x and the 1+1, and answering the age-old questions. Should you pull or should you better stay away from that banner? So we're going to start with the 10x banner first. And the first hero we're going to have to take a look at is going to be Valeria, the first of the two featured legendary heroes. So basically the thing with Valeria is she's a good unit, especially in arena because of her passive over here, giving her 4-cost arena reduction. But the problem is she's not good enough to be worthy to be pulled for. Basically, if you compare her to other nightmare fighters or nightmare units in general, she comes out below them. She can compare to a Deimos, a Salazar, a Arrogance, or even to other fighters like a Zillitu. And especially for Guild Boss because of the fact that you have a very limited space to place fighters, basically only 3 fighters if you want to play it optimal. It's not really worthy to pull just for Valeria, especially if you're a low spender or free-to-play player. Valeria is nowhere near close to a must-pull unit. The second unit we're going to talk about is going to be Brockier. Brockier is basically the best tank in the entire game, has a super kit, huge survivability, especially his interaction with his freeze. He's basically the best tank in the game, though, because of the last event they added, everyone's getting a free Oleg. You basically need to clear the second fight in the first stage of Void Rift, and you get an Oleg. And if you have Oleg, you don't really need a Brockier. You can just use an Oleg. Like, the only reason you would specifically pull for Brockier would be if you're a spender, and if you just want to min-max your whole tank roster running a Brockier and an Oleg. Besides that, there isn't really a reason to pull for Brockier, and you can always pull him in a later banner. It's not like he's this banner exclusive unit. The next unit we're going to talk about is Brienne. Brienne is a good archer, and she's also a very good burst AoE unit. Though the thing is, she also isn't anyone that would be a must pull. She's nowhere close being an epic that is actually a must pull. Like, she has her strengths, she has her weaknesses, but she's not someone you're going to pull for. And the problem with the 10x banner again is you don't have a boosted legendary rate. Even if you get a legendary, it's probably not going to be Brockier or Valeria. And also, you don't have an epic boosted rate. And you're most likely going to get epics, and if epics, it's going to be either a Brienne or the Imani. The next unit we're going to talk about is Imani. Imani is a very good single target damage dealer. Basically used in Infernal teams until you can stack out your Infernal team with a Zillitu, Satcham, Nocturne. But also, again, she's not game breaking. She doesn't have any really huge mechanics. And she's also not necessarily required, even for Guild Boss, so she's also an easy skip. And the last one we need to talk about is Junker. Junker is also by no means a bad unit, but also he's definitely not considered a good one, especially because, number one, the faction, Esotericist not being the strongest faction in the game. If you're really looking for a fighter faction, it's pretty much the Nightmare faction. But one nice thing about Junker is his interaction with the curse debuff, and mostly his A1. So if anyone's really going to use Junker, it's most likely going to be him with his A1, giving the 30% magic vulnerability against units inflicted by curse, and also him applying curse to blocked units. On that note, general conclusion, this banner, even number one, it's 10 times, so you don't even have like increased chance of pulling a legendary. Number two, the heroes are alright-ish. No one is really a must pull. And number three, even the epics aren't worthy to go full out on the 10x banner. So if you're a low spender or free-to-play player, stay the hell away from this banner. Especially because it also feels like bait, because we're probably going to get a Hex banner quite a bit in the future. Yeah. Alright. Now the surprise invocation of spirits. there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's such a good banner, you should always pull there, just get one legendary, get one free. The thing they're all missing is that you don't have increased legend rates. Like, no one can guarantee you that if you go in there, do 30 pulls, that you're actually getting a legendary. And the thing is, if you don't get a legendary, you also don't get a second one. So, like, the only really efficient way of determining if you're supposed to pull on this banner is if you think you can reach pity, or if you would be willing to spend until you reach pity. Because only if you reach pity, you can effectively make use of the 1+1 offer. Because the worst thing would just be going into that banner, using your 30 summons, and getting nothing. Because if you're very far away from pity, it's way better to skip this banner and just pull on the 2x banner, where you have like 2 times the legend rate and a way higher chance of at least getting one legendary. Though, again, that's mostly for like free to play and low spenders, right? Obviously, if you have the money, 1+1 is basically a must have. Go in, take the pity, take the double legendary, and go out of the banner. Yeah, so basically on that note, don't trust anyone saying, oh yeah, you should always pull on that banner, oh it's a must pull banner. The banners here aren't really that good. Only if you can really say you are able to reach pity on the 1+1 banner, or are willing to walk away without any notable legendaries, maybe not any legendary at all, especially in the 1+1 banner, or with some mediocre epics, because we don't have any rate ups. So yeah, I hope this one helped you out, and make sure to pull only if you really want to.